Welcome to A Midsummer Night's Dream, where I'm going to tell you guys all about what happened in this book, A Midsummer Night's Dream. So basically, it goes ahead and ends like this. It starts off with this guy named Theseus and his future to be wife, Hippolyta, and they're like, hey, it's the 4 days from the marriage, and I'm so excited, but hey, I promise you it's going to be a great marriage, but time is flying so slow. And Hippolyta's like, don't worry, it'll be fine. I am the former queen of the Amazons, you know. Well, how did I get you again? I mean, you bested me in battle? I bested her in battle! I won her in the battle! Yeah, that seems to happen. And then there's this guy named Aegeus, comes in with his daughter, Hermia, and her two suitors, Lysander and Demetrius, and I want my daughter to marry Demetrius. Aegeus but I'm in love with Lysander, and Lysander yeah, I'm just as good as this guy. And then Aegeus hey, fathers can make their daughter die. It's the law of Athens. If she won't obey me, of course that's true. How about here's another way? We'll just let her spend her whole life as a nun. No, that's a horrible idea. That happens, and you have to wait until our wedding to decide. But that happens, which turns out is tomorrow or something. And then they decide, hey, let's just go to the fairy enchanted woods to go ahead and run away from the unjust laws of Athens. What could possibly get in our love there? So that happens, and then Helena comes in, Hermia's bestie, and they tell her about their plan, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna tell Demetrius. And he'll probably like me. And Demetrius is still Hermia, and goes ahead and runs after her. And so what happens next is that there's these guys named the room mechanicals who come in to town, and they're like, hey man, let's do this. We're gonna play a play. So bottom, you're gonna play. I'm so good at rapping, I don't play all the rules. Bottom's like that. And after a heated debate on who gets to play what, they finally decide on the roles. So that happens. And next up, the next best thing in the world seems to happen. Booyah, people! Fairies! Oh no, not the kind you're thinking of. It's the old and bad fairies, the ones that were to blame for every bad thing that happened to you. So that they seem to appear out of nowhere, and boom, this happens. The king and queen are having an argument, Oberon and Titania, and Oberon's like, I want that Indian boy! Titania's like, nope, you cannot have it. I promise his mom I'll raise him. And she died of his childbirth. And goes away. Oberon gets his servant, Robin Goodfellow, more commonly known as Puck, and comes in and makes him go find a flower called Love and Idleness. So that happened. He finds it, but while Puck was going to find it, Oberon finds Demetrius and Helena in a conversation of Hermia trying to convince Demetrius to love her instead, and the nasty young Athenian man came here. Just make sure that he'll fall in love with the Athenian angel or something like that. That happens. Funsies, boom, funsies indeed. Titania is asleep, so the flower juice works on her. Well, at least until she wakes up. And the room mechanicals, the actors, decide to go ahead and practice the performance, and Puck goes ahead to listen to it, and instant freaking awful, especially that guy named Bottom. I'm gonna give him an ass head. Boom. Next up that seems to happen is before that though, Puck decided to put in the juice in the Athenian man. Unfortunately for him, there are 2 Athenian men in the woods, so he put it in Lysander's eye, and Lysander got woken up by Helena and is like, Helena, you are such a great person. And that happens, and boom, it seems to go into a very weird love triangle that is going on. That happens, and everyone just gets very, very confused on who loves who, and they go into a street fight. Puck tries to stop all this by making them chase each other endlessly in an unseeable fog. And afterwards, he reverses the spell on Lysander and makes the rest of the people, all of them, think that it was a dream, except that Demetrius likes Helena now. Next day, it's the winning day, and they basically have huntsmen, and they find out who actually loves who. That happens, and boom, everyone has a good, happy ending, and they decide to watch the play, which is horrible! Which makes it look more like a comedy instead of a tragedy. So that's the play itself, and the play makes us think, and the ending message is this. Think of all this as a dream. Your life might be a dream. Bye-bye. See you guys soon. Another episode of Hands on Sean. Peace.